Your husband is the beneficiary of a number of family trusts, most of which were set up a long time ago.
I know that.
Now that means that as long as you're married, you can have access to his money. But if you separate, if you divorce him, he won't get any money because he doesn't have any. Not of his own.
Motherfucker.
Regardless, families like the Marks set their assets up this way to protect them from divorces. Okay, could you just not do that?
If a man stops arguing,
Yeah.
pay close attention. If a man stops arguing or stops trying to explain his side of the story,
Yeah.
make no mistake, that is not submission. That is not him finally agreeing with you. Is a man who has decided you are no longer worth the energy of a conflict. He didn't start out cold. He used to be the one trying to fix every crack in the foundation.
Yeah.
He communicated until he was shattered. He bought the lie that if he just explained it clearly enough, eventually he would be understood. But he learned.
Ignoring your girl is the worst thing you can do. If you're sad, tell her. If you're tired, tell her. If you never want to see her face again, tell her. She can accept reality. She can accept communication. She's a grown woman. But what she can't accept is you being hot and cold, giving her all this energy then just disappearing. Treat her with respect. Now ladies, if you're struggling and want a free call with me, yes, free, no tie-ins, comment taster below. Whether it's relationship problems, overthinking, trauma, heartbreak. I've coached over 900 women. Every single one of them started with a free call. Don't feel alone or scared. You don't have to suffer in silence. Let's make 2026 your year. So comment taster below. I'll reach out to every single one of you. Let's get your spark back.
A lot of these women don't really understand you can't mock a man for shooting his shot and then wonder why he stopped shooting. Wonder why he stopped approaching you. Because you were being an idiot.
This question is mostly for the woman, but guys, if you met your wife or your girl and you want to say where you met her at, bro, feel free to talk. Let's keep it
gender neutral.
But women, where do you guys want the approach at, or where do guys go to find single women? Because apparently we can't go to the grocery store anymore. Someone just said they don't want guys talking to them there. We can't go to the gym because a lady almost had a whole
Heart attack.
talking about how the guy made eye contact with her. Then a girl said she doesn't want a guy DMing her because her future man doesn't DM random women.
I don't get it.
And then when you girls do go out to clubs or whatever, you go out
With the defensive MVP.
that's blocking every single shot that's not even towards them. So it's like, where do men go out to find single women? Because now guys are getting confused, and then you guys are wondering, why don't men come up to women anymore?
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
I think gyms are an amazing place to meet men. I think a gym is the only place, hear me ladies, that you should approach a guy.
Okay.
I think it's the only place that you should really actually go and approach them. Like if you see a cute guy, because I genuinely don't think guys are gonna come at you at the gym. Do you?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because I'm kind of like, okay, I want them to make the move.
Men are not gonna approach you at gyms because unfortunately all these girls have done these crazy TikTok videos and shame these people online.
Okay.
They don't want to be the creepy gym guy. And they don't want to, like, if it goes sour or bad, they don't want to, that's their sanctuary. They don't want to have to like switch their time, right?
Stink.
A lot of these women don't really understand you can't mock a man for shooting his shot and then wonder why he stopped shooting. Wonder why he stopped approaching you. Because you were being an idiot.
You're telling me I'm supposed to let a man come live in this bedroom? This bedroom that I've created that is so serene, that is calm, soothing, gorgeous.
See a lot of cats in her future. Cat lady.
Nothing out of place. You're telling me that I'm supposed to let a man come and live in here? That they're gonna put all their stuff in here?
Be alone then. Who cares?
Oh no, 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 no.
She only saying this because she young now. She get old. She gonna change her mind when she get older.
Oh no.
You know, a lot of men are seeing divorce settlements and they're deciding that my freedom, my peace, my ability to think straight on a daily basis without people being in my ear, a modern woman being in my ear, is worth more than what they say is love.
Hey, can we talk real quick?
Sure. What's up?
So I've been thinking. I want us to be exclusive.
I thought we already were.
We are. But like, I need you to delete the apps.
Okay, are you deleting yours?
I don't really use mine anymore.
That's not what I asked.
Why does it matter? I'm choosing you.
But you're keeping your options open.
It's not like that. I just like knowing I'm still wanted.
So a backup plan.
No, it's different.
What if I kept mine for the same reason?
That's completely different.
How?
Because when you do it, it means you're not serious about me.
And when you do it?
It's just for my confidence.
Right.
So are you gonna delete them or not?
I think I'll pass.
On deleting the apps?
On all of it.
I could not live one day as a man. No way. Not only do men have to have themselves together, but they have to make sure the people that are following them are in order too. So he has to have eyesight not only for himself, but for everybody else around him. He has to lead everybody else, which means he does have to take his feelings and gobble them so that everybody else can lean on him. And I can't handle that. I want to be soft. I want to be coddled. I want to be taken care of. I want a hug. And I want a lot of grace when I make a mistake and I mess up. And a lot of women, we expect that other people give us grace. I mean, if I make a mistake, you should know that my emotions and my feelings got involved and I didn't mean it. But God forbid a man does that.
Modern women, it's crazy because they say that, well, I want to be left alone. I don't want men talking to me. And when men leave you alone, then you get upset. Men heard you. They stopped approaching you. They stopped messing with you and quote unquote harassing you, as you say. And now you're confused as to why the request that you made was honored. This is what you asked for. What are you talking about right now?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am not a chill wife, baby, nor have I claimed to be. The fact that some of you guys really be coming for women who set boundaries in their relationships because they're not willing to put up with the stuff that you're putting up with is crazy. And then y'all really be out here like, why men doing me dirty? This, that, and the third. I'm like, because y'all are cool with it. Y'all really be like, I'm chill. I ain't worried about it. No, I am not insecure. I just don't like being disrespected. And I do not play about my feelings. So if you with me, there is a standard that you have to abide by. It is what it is, baby. I am not chill, nor will I ever be. Okay, what am I talking about? The fact that some of you guys really came for me when I said if somebody my husband used to have relations with hit him up out the blue on something, I just wanted to see how you were doing, that he was gonna leave them on red. Y'all like, oh my gosh, you're so insecure. That really speaks to his character. If you think he's gonna cheat on you, you shouldn't be with him. One, I don't think he's gonna cheat on me because he goes out of his way to not put himself in questionable situations, and it's about insecurity. It's about respect and disrespect. Why are you hitting up a married man that you used to have relations with? And why is he responding? I'm not putting up with that. You can, but I won't.
A lot of these men approaching now are the ones that don't really care about rejection. Those are the creeps that you guys are talking about. Not all the guys, but there are a lot of men out there that are approaching that really don't care nothing about your feelings, right? I don't really care about rejection. I don't care about much else either. I don't really even care about you. I'm just trying to get the draw.
Contrary to popular belief, when you move fast in dating, it's not about how excited you are. It's not what it is. It's about feeling safe. Let me explain. When it feels very intense early on, you're receiving attention, reassurance, and closeness. I'd be willing to bet your love language is quality time. And when closeness, being close to someone, being intimate with someone, being near someone and having their attention, when that's always meant safety to you, speed is going to calm your anxiety. When things slow down, that reassurance of closeness goes away. And that's when discomfort shows up. So it's not, I'm scared to slow down with this person. It's, if I slow down, I lose what helps me feel okay. Slowing down creates uncertainty. And uncertainty is hard when you don't fully trust yourself yet. When you feel safe within yourself, you don't need urgency. And not because you're trying to force patience, but because you no longer need speed to feel okay.
You know, a lot of men are not approaching because they learn their lesson, right? Tried being a gentleman, learn my lesson. Tried being, the good guy, the stable guy. I learned my lesson. Try to be assertive. Try to be vulnerable. I learned my lesson. In all of these situations, modern women are continuing to ruin the dating market with their foolish.
Do men need women?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Do women need men?
No, absolutely not. We're here on a girls' trip because we have each other and we've had the most fun. There's been no stress, no drama, no text messages. We're living our best life. Exactly.
What would society be like without men?
I think the great men stay, the trash men go. Where's the trash man? Take them out.
What percentage of men are good and what percentage are trash?
10% are good.
Yeah.
90% are trash.
Yeah.
What would society be like without women?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
What do you think feminism has done to modern day women and men in their relationships?
I think modern day feminism is just an absolute disgrace. I think it's become a political weapon. I think it's forcing it on like malleable minds at the minute, women, young girls especially, to push the narrative that women are inferior to men and women are not valued in society and women need to fight and be almost super aggressive towards men is completely wrong, because women are probably one of the most valuable things in society at the minute.
And feminism tells women that men don't believe they're valuable.
Feminism tells women that men don't value them as a whole, but I think feminism makes women feel like they're not valuable to themselves, and I think that's the worst message that you could instill in the younger generation.
A lot of these modern women keep on asking, where are all the chivalrous men at? What's going on with them? Well, it's simple. You mocked him into retirement. And so now instead of him coming out and approaching you, and even if y'all don't come together on some type of agreement, like, oh, I'm not interested, he might stick around and say, hey, you seem like a pretty cool dude. Now you don't even get that because you was being a loser. And now he's like, I don't want to deal with that crap.
It's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love, or there is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me. I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
That's a misinterpretation of what's going on. It's not that men are sitting back. It's that men are being accused of Me Too when they go walk up to girls. And there's tons of shows where women are like, this guy came up and talked to me. Ooh, she said the right thing. When the guy comes and approaches me and he's attractive. Yeah. Women are complaining men don't approach me enough. No, they don't complain that men aren't approaching them. They complain that attractive men aren't approaching them. Orion Taraban says the part women leave out. When women say, I want a man to buy me flowers and I want a man to be more vulnerable, they're not talking about a homeless, smelly man buying them flowers and being more vulnerable. They're not going to be stimulated by a homeless man buying them flowers. What they want is a man they're already attracted to buy them flowers. The mechanisms that create attraction, I don't think there's anything in psychology that's more misunderstood than that. I truly don't think it is, because it makes us look bad.
And you know, I think modern women have to understand that you can't have it both ways. You've been loud and clear for literal years. Don't approach me in public. It's harassment. And men heard the message and they stopped. Simple as that. And now, for some reason, modern women are confused about why men are not approaching them. You created this situation, and then you're going to blame men for following the rules that you set. That doesn't make any sense. Think about what you're talking about.
There's a lot of single moms who have given single moms like myself a really bad rap. And they use men for resources, and they put their children before their serious committed person's, their spouse's needs, right? And I don't agree with that if it's a long-term serious thing. So I think that that's to be said for why probably a lot of you, and more reason you said, I don't want to raise two kids. And that's honest, and I appreciate that. However, what I will say, the men that I've met and that I've dated and that have proposed to me, they wanted to marry me and they wanted to be a stepfather to my son if I wanted that, right? Now, the thing about me that's different from most women is, even though I'm very masculine in how I'm speaking now, because I'm trying to make a point, I'm very feminine, and I let the man take the lead. And I don't try to say, my son and I are so cool, we're the best. No, I let a man be gracious to me because I'm feminine and I serve his needs. I make sure his needs are served. I make sure that his tummy is full, and my son never goes without, trust me. Yeah. So I think the difference is that Some men, no disrespect to y'all,
Right.
are not cut out for that because it takes a very extremely high alpha man, I think, that would be willing to say, listen, I saw all of you grimace. I watched all your facial expressions. Hold on, let me finish momentarily. That will be willing to step in and raise someone else's son. That takes a very brave, bold man. And there are men out there in the world who will do it when they see the value of a woman that's serving them.
The cold approach died when approaching became a crime. It's really what happened, right? So when you started recording men, started insulting men, shaming men, doing all this other dumb stuff, that's when men said, oh shoot, this not for me. Oh, this not the life for me. Oh, she's not that cute. Then, oh man, I got dressed up, I look cute, and no men approached me. Have you ever audited the way you act when men come and approach you? Have you ever thought about that?
The whole men having a fear of commitment, sometimes we got to be honest. It's not a fear of commitment. It's that you're not really into that woman like that. Because you'll see situations where a man could even be in a relationship with one woman 5 years, talking about, I don't believe in marriage. Finally, they break up. 6 months later, he's engaged to somebody else. It's the fact that he did not really feel she was the one. But unfortunately, a lot of men rationalize why they still should be with this woman, give it a try, or she possesses things that he could use in the moment, so he holds on to that. Now, also, the fear of breaking up or walking away is also because men tend to have less of a support system outside their relationships. Like, women more likely have friends, have family. I speak to a lot of men who feel like, I can't leave her because I got no one else. And so they feel, I hate to use the word trapped, but they just don't feel like they can go anywhere else, but it doesn't get talked about a lot. So you'll see a lot of men who, and then if we're talking about marriage, there's the whole fear of splitting half the money, all this stuff. Even though you got some dudes who ain't even got money, worried about losing half the money.
I'm about to say, so what's 17 divided by 2?
But it's a conversation that happens over and over and over again. All that to say, I think a man has to be honest with himself about, one, do you want something serious in your life? Do you want a committed relationship? If this woman is not really it, don't waste her time. Don't waste her time. Don't.
And then, you have so many women out here that are just weird. They're just weird. Oh, there's no reason to approach me. There's no reason to be around me, except to just have normal human interaction. There's so many women that complain about men not approaching, and men, not even for approaching, not even for dating purposes, but they just be social, man. I don't want to talk to women all the time. I want to talk to some guys. I want to see what they're up to. Well, whenever you guys talk sideways, whenever you guys talk crazy, what are you expecting a man to do? What do you think a man is going to be doing? You think a man is going to be walking up to you if you're not friendly? I mean, guys, come on, man. It's not rockets.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to be nice about it anymore. What is going on? Can we ask a question? The normal thing to do is to say, "What about you?" back. We can't make it any easier. I'm just supposed to keep asking you questions and guys, ask all the questions. You guys are like, oh my God, I like this girl so much. I'm like, no, you don't. You just like talking about yourself. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to say it. Am I wrong? I don't think so.
Yes, you are wrong, because it sounds like you're asking specific questions in order so you can talk about that particular point. Have you guys ever met a person like that? They want to tell you about their job, so they're asking you about your job. That's what it sounds like you're doing, but it's normal to ask questions if you want to know more about the person. But if you show up on a date, a hinge date, for example, and you immediately don't like the person, you feel like the person is catfishing, in your case, in this lady's case, I feel like that would be the issue, is that she's catfishing, because the way she looks in this video, I'm sure she doesn't show up in a date like that. So I'm sorry, I'm sure she doesn't have pictures like that on her, wherever her profile is. She probably have dolled up pictures, and then she shows up like that, and they're like, and men aren't mean. Men aren't gonna say, or most men aren't gonna say to your face, hey, this, you just ain't cutting it, or you catfish me. They'll just sit through the date and talk as less as possible. So if he's not asking questions, it's quite possibly he doesn't want to know the answer. The other thing is, are you assuming that everything you ask, he wants to know? This is another thing, and you find this with career women. They want to, or they ask about career and ask about all these different questions about your career because they want you to ask that to them, and the man just may not be interested in that. So I would say it depends on the question too. And then the last point is, if he's not asking questions and you keep asking questions, how about this? Stop asking him questions. Why don't you just start saying what you want to say? So if you ask him a question and then he answers it, this is a comeback. So you ask a question about a job or about a career, and he answers it. Oh, that's interesting. Wow, I didn't know that about so-and-so, whatever his career is. And then you say, as for me, and then you just start to go into what you want to say.
And that's really it. That's really it. I think he's exposing what men go through. It's like the trap, right? Modern women have pretty much eliminated every single location that a man used to meet him, that a man used to approach. And then you're acting confused as to why men stop approaching you. Where else is he supposed to go? What else is he supposed to do? You told him, don't approach here, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that. And now guys are like, well, there's not really anywhere that I can approach without being labeled a creep. Man, these women, man, I'm telling you.
A lot of women say, where are these men? Men are everywhere. Go outside and count how many men you run into. He might have been an Uber driver. He might have been a doorman. He might have been the gardener. He might have been the Amazon delivery guy. A woman will say, yeah, I ran across 100 men, but none of them were their option. These men were invisible because she has her eye on one guy. What if you're invisible to that one guy?
One man's flirt, depending on how he looks and presents, is another man's harassment.
Yes.
And we are not doing a good job as women being able to explain why it's harassment versus being an attractive opportunity. Men are frustrated. Men are not understanding what is the difference and why am I a threat if I'm being kind to you. So because of your behavior, women, I am now going to pull back my finances and resources. I'm now going to reduce my presence. I'm going to reduce my intentions, my efforts, because I don't want what my intentions are in terms of creating connection with you to be misconstrued as harassment because you don't like how I look. I'm not your type.
We only dated for 6 months before we got married.
Let's go.
Men really have 3 categories for women. There's the fun girl, the maybe, and the wife. You know what I'm saying? Fun girl is like, hey, I might smash, kick it with you, but I don't really want to do much more than that. The maybe is, maybe I'll marry you. And then there's wife. The reason why we didn't date that long is because she fit into that wife category. I'm like, she ain't no fun girl. She's too special to just be a fun girl. And she wasn't a maybe because I'm like, man, I'm not going to do better than her.
You think you want to do better than me?
Yeah, I can't do better than you.
That's sweet.
So I wifed her. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to date you for 19 years to know I want to marry you. I could date you for 6 months. And honestly, we would have got married sooner. We didn't have the bread. We had to stack up some money. We would have got married sooner. But yeah, 6 months. That's all I needed. They say when you know, especially for men, when you know. And when I picture the rest of my life and I picture the future, I see her. And when I picture a future without her, that future's gray. I want the future in color, baby.
A man told you that?
Yeah. So they only want to approach the women that they can have for the nights or be in a situationship. They don't want to approach those women that they feel, and this has been multiple people,
that they feel like they can like have a forever with, which is so weird to me. It don't make sense.
You said that
Men don't
these
approach her
men.
because she just said they would
Hold on. I'm confused. You said the men won't approach women or will approach women that they want to forever with. I didn't
They
understand.
won't approach them. He don't know no more.
They won't
won't
approach those
them.
women.
No. It's like they're scared. It's like the people that they really, really want to be in a relationship with, they're more afraid of their rejection than the people that they just want a situationship with. So they're more hesitant of approaching those people than the people that, it's just like a one-nighter or a situationship.
I don't know about that.
This is why men ignore women's signals. Because at some point in a man's life, he's picked up on signals that have been coming from a woman, and then he's acted on those signals, asking her out or whatever, and then he gets hit with the, oh no, I was just being nice. I'm not interested, I was just being nice. I'm just a nice person like that. That's just like who I am. Like, I'm just a nice person. Okay, but I thought those were signals. Because, other girls, when they're being nice, they don't do all of that. In fact, when other girls do that, usually it's because they're interested, and I've acted on that, and now I look like an idiot. So now, anytime I think that a woman's giving me signals, I just ignore it. Because I don't want to go through that experience again. That was so embarrassing. Until a girl literally sits on my face. I'm not... Sorry, I don't know why I use that as things. That's what she does. I'm still like, maybe she's just being nice. I don't know where that came from. I'm so sorry. But, it is true. I need a girl to really, grab my face and be like, I like you. I do see the signals. I just ignore them. I'm just like, She is acting differently from the other women, but it could be she's just friendly. She's just nice. I'm just a nice person. I'm just a good person like that. Off! Other women need to call out those women. Those women are ruining it for you. Shame them out of that kind of behavior. Because now you give off signals and then men are ignoring you and like, oh, he's not interested. He might be interested. He just doesn't want to be embarrassed. That's not good for the women either, is it? So, I don't know why my voice is so high. I'm so animated and upset about this. It's really not that important.
Men have convinced other men that vulnerability isn't strength. And the problem with that has resulted in a lot of mental health issues because now they feel like they can't talk about anything. They have to be the strong, macho man all of the freaking time. But everything in life that has real, true growth is when you actually get real and vulnerable with yourself. Stop putting on a front to show off for other people. The thing is that if you are allowing yourself to be vulnerable and emotionally inept and tapped in with yourself and your person, okay, you don't have to be, vulnerable with everybody, okay? You be vulnerable with your circle. You choose the right people to be vulnerable with, and that can only make you stronger. The more you try to fake it, you can't heal what you hide. And I know it's coming from a woman. Oh my God. But for real, you can't heal what you hide. Because I used to be the type of person that I thought I had to be Miss Macho because my dad passed away when I was in high school and everybody else wants to freaking play games out here. And no, absolutely not. I used to think I had to be strong all the time, Miss Independent, because nobody else got me. But the thing is that when you are vulnerable with the right people, they can only push you to grow further. That's the truth about vulnerability. And the lies that are getting told to you otherwise are on purpose so that you cannot grow. The whole world is designed for you to not grow and be stagnant.
When you ask, how's my ex dating someone already? Like, how are they moved on already? That's not actually the question you're really asking. Okay, the real question is, does the fact that he moved on so fast mean I didn't matter? Does it mean that I never actually meant anything to him or that they never loved me? Does it mean that there's something wrong with me that it made me so easy to freaking replace? The answer to all of these is no, okay? But that's the question underneath. Now, why does this actually happen, okay? Why do they do this? Well, some people, especially avoidant ones, do not sit with discomfort. They can't, okay? Their entire nervous system is wired to escape emotional pain through distraction, momentum, and replacement. A new person is not a connection, it's anesthesia, okay? It's something to focus on so you don't have to feel the weight of what just ended, right? It's their nervous system doing what it always does when intimacy gets uncomfortable, finding an exit and moving fast before feelings catch up. Moving on quickly is not strength. It's not proof that they didn't care about you. It's not evidence that you weren't enough, okay? It is proof that they do not know how to be alone with themselves. They never did. Now, I know me saying this doesn't necessarily fix the pain of watching it happen, okay? I know you can intellectually actually understand everything I just said and still feel like you got punched in the chest when you saw it. That is real. And I'm not dismissing that, but here's the part that actually matters for your feeling. Why are you still watching? Not to shame you, but just genuinely. But think about it, okay? Are you checking the profile? You're tracking whether he's posted with someone new? You're monitoring how happy he looks? And what is that actually? That's your nervous system doing the exact same thing his is doing. Outsourcing. His peace depends on a new person to distract him. Your peace depends on his life to tell you whether you're okay. If he's miserable, you feel validated. If he looks happy, you spiral, which means his emotional state is still regulating yours, which means you're still emotionally in the relationship. Okay? That's not a character flaw. That is an open loop. That is a nervous system that has not yet learned to source its peace from the inside. His moving on quickly is about him. Your obsession with his moving on is about you. And that is actually great news because you cannot control what he does, but you can close the tap. You can redirect your nervous system back to yourself. You can start building the internal regulation he was never actually going to give you in the first place. That is the work, not watching him live his life. Building yours, okay? If you're ready to stop outsourcing your peace and actually close this chapter, comment 63 below, and I'll send you the information about my Becoming Her program. We just opened a new cohort. You got this. I believe in you. Peace.
I was married for 5 years, but I was with my husband for 10 years. And I'm going to be honest, I lost a good man because of my mindset of I can compete with a man. Clean vibes, princess treatment. I ain't have to work. I ain't have to do nothing. But my mouth was bad. And I lost a good man. I'm taking that L. I disobeyed every direct order, but I didn't cheat. And I thought I'm the perfect wife. I don't cheat. I don't go outside. I don't even get dolled up. But I'm in the house saying, fuck you, suck my fuck your mother.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck everybody. And it's man, the kids we got together type shit. That's how mad I get. I up a whole marriage. I had that every wanted. And I'm sitting here saying that because it eats me up every day. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm an alpha at the end of the day, and that's what me up. It put me in a soft girl era, but
So as always, shout out to this young lady for at least taking accountability. Now, here's the thing. There are many different ways of ruining a relationship other than cheating. And this is one of them right here. A woman who does not know how to control her emotions. A woman that don't know how to control her mouth. A woman who acts and says whatever. I'm telling you, I've said this many times before. Life in the tongue. When you sit here and you run off and you just say whatever because you're emotional, you and your feelings, those are words you can never take back, and those words will resonate with a person for the rest of their life. The other thing I want to say is not understanding what you have until it's gone. There's so many people, they think they can do better, they think they can find better, they think they this, they think that, they think all these things, and many times I'm just like, you don't realize what you have until it's gone. And unfortunately for this lady, she had to find out firsthand.
Honestly, the guys aren't even looking for sex anymore. They are looking for emotionally regulated, spiritual, well, calm, peaceful, nurturing. That is where we're at. That is where we're at. We have moved past the physical and we have moved into the spiritual and emotional. And the men are craving it. They are craving to feel secure and safe with a woman who can hold that soft space there with him without taking his experiences and his pain and his stories and making it her own, or trying to fix it, or creating a new narrative about it, or getting overly emotional about the situation, to just be there and be calm and be loving and love him completely for who he is and what his experiences are and how his emotions are processing through him. And, a lot of these guys haven't even had the opportunity to express full, real, deep emotions with a woman, or some of them with anyone. And that is what they're craving. They are just craving support. I say a cheerleader because I think you found yourself a cheerleader. But they are just craving what women were brought here for in the beginning, which was partnership, loving, compassionate, emotional, spiritual support. And when a man has that, a man can do anything. He is so strong and powerful and confident and kind and loving. That's the kind of leadership we need from men. But in order for the men to get there, they need the woman to provide that soft, nurturing, safe space that they can trust and who can just be, and they don't have to perform in front of, and they don't have to be perfect in front of, and they don't have to carry it all alone. It is equal and beautiful and loving. And we are fully capable of making this happen. We are fully capable of making changes so that the broken bridges between men and women can come back together again. We can mend this and we can be in harmony and in partnership again. I believe it. I believe it.
A lot of these modern women have to make the first move and they hate it. It's not a very good experience for them. A lot of these modern women grew up thinking that men are supposed to do all that, and men usually did. They usually did. But men stopped doing that. So now you have to put yourself out there. You have to risk rejection. You got to initiate. And now you're realizing, oh, shoot, maybe it's not that easy. Men just made it look that way. Maybe, just maybe, now that I'm approaching, there were some things that I did and some ways that I acted that were completely out of line. Maybe men were doing the right thing, but because I had some bad sushi that night, I acted out of character and I tried to clown him because my stomach was hurting.